There is a kind of pain that doesn't leave bruises. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It doesn't break bones. It bends reality. It doesn't come with fists or shouts, but with quiet distortions, with forgotten truths, with the slow erosion of your own sense of self. This kind of abuse is called gaslighting, and for those who have lived through it, the damage is deep, lasting, and often invisible. This video will explore how gaslighting has manipulated your mind, how it works, and why it's so dangerous. More importantly, it serves as a guide for those who are trapped in it or still haunted by its effects. Every word here is written with one purpose: to offer clarity, validation, and power to those who've been made to doubt their own minds. The mechanics of mind control. Gaslighting is not about disagreement. It's not about conflict or debate. It is a form of psychological manipulation where one person systematically invalidates another's thoughts, memories, and experiences in order to gain power over them. The goal is not to argue a point, but to destabilize reality itself. It begins slowly. A misplaced object, a memory questioned, a feeling dismissed. Over time, what seems like minor inconsistencies turn into a full-scale redefinition of reality. Except, the new reality only benefits one person, the manipulator. This behavior is often hidden in intimate relationships, where trust and vulnerability create the perfect environment for control. But gaslighting doesn't stop there. It thrives in families, workplaces, and political systems. Wherever there is power to gain or discomfort to avoid, gaslighting can be used as a tool of domination. Origins in fiction, consequences in life. The word gaslighting finds its origin in a 1938 play called Gaslight, later adapted into films. In the story, a husband subtly manipulates his wife into believing she's going insane, dimming the gaslights in their home and denying anything has changed. The play gave a name to something that was happening in real life, but had no words to describe it: the systematic dismantling of another person's grip on reality. While the term has literary roots, the behaviors it describes are anything but fictional. Psychological records from as early as 1969 documented cases where individuals were institutionalized after long campaigns of manipulation. Their minds weren't sick, but they had been made to believe they were. Though not always as extreme, many people who experience gaslighting begin to wonder if they are broken, unstable, or even losing their sanity. These are not symptoms of mental illness. They are the intended effects of prolonged psychological abuse. Where gaslighting hides. Gaslighting takes many forms, and each one is designed to serve the same purpose: control. In relationships, a partner may deny things they've clearly done, twist past events, or accuse you of being too sensitive or paranoid when you express concern. Over time, this wears down confidence, making it difficult to trust even your own emotions. In families, a parent may reframe harmful behavior as loving discipline. A sibling may rewrite shared memories to shift blame. In these dynamics, the message is consistent. Your perception can't be trusted. Only theirs can. In the workplace, it might look like a manager excluding someone from meetings, then denying it ever happened, or a colleague invalidating concerns and framing them as emotional overreactions. This subtle manipulation damages morale, isolates individuals, and protects toxic structures. In politics and media, gaslighting becomes mass manipulation. Facts are dismissed as fake news. Entire groups are told their struggles are imaginary. These tactics erode public trust, silence opposition, and strengthen authoritarian control. Gaslighting is everywhere, and that is exactly why it is so dangerous. Its subtlety allows it to operate unnoticed. Its effectiveness lies in the doubt it sows, and its damage is often misdiagnosed. The emotional fallout. The emotional consequences of gaslighting are devastating. Over time, constant invalidation begins to rot the foundation of your sense of self. You might feel confused all the time. You might apologize constantly, even when you're not sure what you've done. You might keep quiet instead of expressing yourself, fearing you'll be made to feel crazy or irrational. These responses are not flaws. They are survival mechanisms formed under prolonged psychological siege. Gaslighting often causes chronic self-doubt, shame, anxiety, and a profound loss of identity. The longer it continues, the more difficult it becomes to separate manipulation from reality. And that's exactly what the gaslighter wants: your silence, your dependence, and your trust in them over yourself. Why it happens. Gaslighting is not an accident. While not all who gaslight do it with malicious intent, the behavior is deliberate. It is used to protect power, avoid accountability, or maintain control. Those who gaslight may be driven by insecurity, narcissism, or an inability to accept fault. In extreme cases, compulsive lying and manipulative behavior may signal deeper psychological disorders, including antisocial personality disorder or psychopathy. But intent does not excuse impact. Whether it comes from a partner who doesn't want to admit they're wrong or a leader trying to rewrite history, the effect is the same. The truth becomes a battlefield, and your mind is the target. How to spot the signs. Recognizing gaslighting is the first step toward healing. Here are key signs to look for. Denial of things you know happened. Being told you're misremembering events or conversations. Minimizing your feelings. Being told you're overreacting or too sensitive. Blame shifting. You're always the problem, no matter what. Confusion and second guessing. You start questioning your own memories and instincts. Feeling like you have to record everything, just to prove what's real. Isolated and silenced. You avoid sharing your thoughts out of fear. If you see these patterns, trust your perception. You are not imagining things. You are being manipulated. Breaking free, a path toward clarity. Escaping the grip of gaslighting begins with reclaiming your sense of reality. Here's how. 1. Trust your instincts. That sense of confusion or unease isn't weakness, it's awareness. Pay attention to how you feel, especially around certain people or conversations. Your body and emotions often recognize manipulation before your mind can explain it. 2. Get outside perspective. When reality feels shaky, connect with someone you trust, a friend, a therapist, a support group, people who can validate your experiences and help you see clearly again. 3. Keep a journal. Document events, conversations, and how they made you feel. This builds an anchor for your own truth and helps you notice patterns of manipulation. 4. Set boundaries. Whether it's limiting contact, refusing to engage in circular arguments, or walking away from toxic dynamics, your boundaries are your protection. 5. Seek professional support. Therapists trained in trauma and abuse recovery can guide you through the healing process, helping to rebuild what manipulation tried to take. Not all gaslighters are evil, but the harm is real. It's important to recognize that not all gaslighters are calculated abusers. Some are repeating learned behaviors, unaware of the damage they're causing. Others use it as a defense mechanism to protect their ego. But awareness does not reduce the harm. Even when unintentional, gaslighting fractures relationships and erodes well-being. It's not your job to fix the gaslighter. Your job is to protect your reality, your peace, and your right to be believed. Restoring what was taken. Healing from gaslighting is not about going back to who you were before. It's about becoming someone stronger, someone who recognizes manipulation, who knows their worth, and who doesn't need external validation to trust their own mind. You may still hear the echo of doubt long after the manipulation ends. That's normal. Healing is not linear, but every moment spent reclaiming your thoughts, your feelings, and your truth is a moment that belongs to you, not to the one who tried to take it. You are not broken. You were never broken. You were made to believe a lie. And now, you get to step into the truth. A final word. Gaslighting is a silent epidemic, one that feeds on shame, isolation, and disbelief. But there is power in naming it. There is freedom in seeing it for what it is. And there is healing in knowing you are not alone. No matter how long you've lived in the fog, the way out is always the same, one clear, true thought at a time. You deserve to feel safe in your own mind. You deserve to be heard, to be believed, and most of all, to believe in yourself again.